The U.S. House of Representatives has called for a comprehensive review of Washington's diplomatic ties with South Africa, raising concerns amongst the local business community over trade and foreign investment.
The growth in South African exports to the US are quite significant. South Africa has probably about 600 companies, entities, US entities based in South Africa. I think based on some last reports, those American companies contribute plus or minus 10% of South Africa's GDP, so it's quite significant. Any disadvantage or any raising of tariffs or putting us as a disadvantage with regards to how we trade in the US won't be to our benefit.
It seems South Africa's foreign policy position is the elephant in the room. Even after the US held its AGOA summit in Johannesburg last year, experts believe South Africa's strong stance against Israel and its relationships with countries like Russia, China and Iran triggered the review.
South Africa's foreign policy has become an issue for the US because it's engaging with a lot of people or countries that the US is not happy with. And of course, it is a US program, so they do have the prerogative to remove countries from the list, as they did with several countries, including Uganda. Last year, they took 4 countries off the list for human rights issues and democratic issues, such as some of the central the West African states that are now under military rule.
The automotive sector, for instance, could see increased costs and reduced competitiveness in the US market. The textile industry might struggle with higher tariffs and stricter regulations, making it harder to compete. And in agriculture, South African farmers could face new obstacles in exporting their products.
From 2015 to 2021, the quantum of the trade between the US and South Africa increased from about $14 billion to about $21 billion, so almost a 15% growth. That's quite impressive. From an export perspective, South Africa has exported over the same period of time plus or minus $14 billion, so that's quite significant.
South African businesses are understandably concerned. Business advocacy groups are urging both governments to seek constructive dialogue in order to prevent any negative fallout. Sumitra Nadu, CGTN, Johannesburg, South Africa.